YouTube. This is our Sunday's watch list. So we're gonna start the week trading SPY, or in other words, the S&P 500. This is the recent drop from Friday. As you can see, price has hit a weekly resistance. Price came up, touched it, and immediately dropped. All because of price action, the news that dropped. Now I can show you really fast what news actually dropped on Friday. As you can see, average hourly earnings barely made an impact on price action, but majority is farm employment change and unemployment rate, as well as, if we go back, as well as Thursday's news of the unemployment claims, along with Friday, along with whatever Trump has put in place. I haven't been keeping up with Trump. I've been keeping up with Trump, but not as of Friday and Thursday. Pretty much the rest from Wednesday to Saturday to now. From Wednesday to now, I haven't been keeping up with what Trump has been implementing, but as you can see, he's clearly affecting the markets. Now, I honestly believe that the S&P will make some sort of rise back up and then continue to drop down. Now, here's what I'm gonna show you. The 50 EMA, which is the orange. We have the 200 EMA, which is the green. Now, I honestly believe that price could drop down to 200 EMA, but I'm not sure if it'll go below that. Now, what I'm expecting tomorrow is for price to come back, touch 50 EMA or around that area, around this 1 hour fair value gap, which is already touched. So it's already mitigated, which is mitigated means touched, but it's already mitigated, so that kind of makes it invalid. But at the same time, if you pay attention, price broke semi-structure, but this is not necessarily structure. It kind of just kept pushing and then made this move. I would say this breaking this low would be breaking structure. Breaking this low, and then we have a retest pushing back up towards this area here, which is what it's consolidating at, and then continuing down. Now, this is just a suspicion, but as far as tomorrow, I think price will come here, 50 EMA, keep dropping down to this low, to 598 specifically, or 599 maybe. Now, this is just what I hope for. It's just my analysis. I could be wrong, I could be right. We are near all-time highs, but you know, it immediately rejected. That's showing me that price action wants to continue down, or possibly continue down. It all depends on what news we have tomorrow. And matter of fact, I need to check the news for tomorrow. Up next, we have Apple. Apple recently broke this small trend line. It's there though. It's small, but it's there. It had a couple touches and a gap fill and bounced off. Anyways, Apple recently broke this trend line at this area right here, previous on Friday. Now, I believe that price could come down to push towards this very impulsive order block that it has bounced from. This entire green candle right here is an order block, because I can tell you why. The reason it created an order block is because price made a very impulsive move and broke structural high. So if price does not break structural high off of impulsive move, it does not create an order block, nor does it create these imbalances in price like so. This is an imbalance in price action, fair value gap that was broken straight through, as well as this fair value gap right here that has been touched. Price bounced off again, but recently just broke through. So we could see this fair value gap get and validate it all the way to the order block. But, you know, price does what price wants, not what you want. Now, as far as the 1 hour chart and our EMAs, this is our EMAs. We got the 50 and the 200 pointing in a downward direction. That's more confluence that price will break this structural low here and continue down to, like I said, to about around this order block. Around this area, I believe price will begin to push back up. Now, I could be incorrect. It all depends on what news is coming out this week. Now, let me double check. So, it is FOMC week. FOMC or NFP week, whatever you want to call it, to be honest. I really don't care for the name. I just know how to trade, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as Monday, we have nothing going on, nothing too crazy. Cleveland Fed, it's nothing too crazy. But as far as Tuesday, the head chairman for the Federal Reserve, or FOMC, which is the Federal Trading Committee, if I'm not mistaken, Powell, is testifying or speaking on whatever he wants to speak about. But when Powell speaks, the market moves, and the market moves drastically when Powell speaks. So I'm gonna wait and see what price action wants to do on this day. It may fall because investors are expecting rate cuts, and if we get rate cuts, then it's going to be less expensive to borrow money, meaning more money printed, more money going out, less value on the US dollar. Better for us if it's cheaper to borrow money, but not necessarily for the state of the US dollar. Next up, we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA clearly has the 50 EMA crossing the 200, which is not good for the bulls. Now, we have a strong impulsive move as well throughout this entire week. I can't tell you what price is going to do. Now, my analysis is push up to this EMA, fall. That's my analysis. It's very, very simple. Simple as that. When we look on a 4 hour, actually, let me get on the 1 hour. Look on the 1 hour, you see it's having a hard time crossing last week of January's high. I mean, not high, but, well, this is the high. Last week of January, this is the high previous week. If we go to a weekly, this area right here is where it stopped. These are pre-market conditions. If we're looking at straight, regular market conditions, matter of fact, let me show you all. This is what it looks like. That's why I said it's the high. It's slightly above, but as you can see, it's consolidating, meaning it's having a hard time pushing through. I don't expect it to continue up, but I could be wrong. I believe so, that price will at least come back down to this fair value gap. So about around 120, 121, 122 area, and then go break this high. But that's just my analysis. All depends on what the Fed say on Tuesday. We got speaking on Tuesday. We got Wednesday. We got CPI on Thursday. And we got core sales on Friday. So this is a strong news week. We could see the bears moving pretty heavy. Last but not least, I have MRK, or Merck and Company. setup that I seen around Monday, I waited for price to, I was gonna place a swing around this area right here, but I seen how hard it was dropping throughout the previous days, how hard it was dropping, like, and then it came here, made this double top. That's the reason I was finna place a swing. But once I looked at news and Trump in office and all of this, the Trump is just doing some crazy shit. So I was kind of iffy about you actually placing a swing trade, but as you can see, I made the right decision, because I would have got wrecked had I put in a call swing at the middle of right here where this double bottom was created. I would have been wrecked entirely. But I'm looking at this, I'm watching this week to see how price reacts to it. Now that I'm taking a view at the 200 EMA on a weekly, I may not place this trade at all. It really depends. Really depends on, oh wait, change this back. Really depends on what price action wants to do. It doesn't look like it may make that sort of move that I'm looking for, but it could turn around. It could turn around this area. Maybe not. We'll see what the market presents during trading hours. But the way it's dropping, and it has how hard it has dropped this last week that has just passed, it's not looking like the best swing. 50 EMA pointing in a straight downward direction, and we broke straight through the 200. So I'm gonna look for one more swing, and I'll let you all know possibly tomorrow. Catch you tomorrow, show you the trades. I love y'all. Like, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all next time.